Evening all, how are we all doing? Hope you've had a lovely week. Hope you had a great start to the weekend. Now, in light of recent events, I've wanted to do a video for a little while now, but haven't quite got around to it. But then I was going through some of my old material and I come across a couple of poems that I wrote last year, or spoken word passages, however you'd like to word them. But I feel that they're very, very relevant, not only to the situation that's going on around us, and you'll see within this spoken word passage the representation that I put across in regards to some of the recent events, but it's also on a solution, something that some of you know I've been working on, some of you don't know, but I'm gearing up to make massive movements now. I think the time has come where we're all really coming to an understanding and appreciating the fact that we need to rely on ourselves. We can't continue to rely on a system that has continued to fail us over and over and over again. It really doesn't help. It really doesn't make any sense. And in light of some of the most recent events in regards to Grenfell Tower, we've seen the power of the community. We've seen what we can achieve when we as people come together, rather than fighting and battling life on our own like we're set up to do. And again, this is what I'm going to go on to explain in this spoken word passage or poem. So without further ado, here's another poem or spoken word by Jude. I do apologize as well, guys. This one I am reading off the sheet. Sorry. Right, so many are confused by what I do. Just because I no longer work alone, but now in a group. I took my time, but when I honestly evaluated my situation, I understood I had little time for myself, but loads for this occupation. So I asked myself, is this really how I want to live? And of course my answer was no. Something has to give. The system we're in does not give us the tools to win. Yeah, we can earn a decent wage, but our time we're forever losing. The abundance of both time and money, this is true wealth. And the key to getting them both is that we have to leverage the time of someone else. Exactly the way my company does to me, or you being leveraged by your corporation, where they have us working for them while they're focused on their own liberation. But now for someone like me with no higher education, leveraging is easily achieved if you make use of this information. Technological advancements have brought us into a social age. Gone are the days where we get our updates from a teletext page. And while traditional advertising is relevant and still does exist, know what I say next is fact and not myth. The marketing ploy now is to go viral. Achieve this, success just becomes an upward spiral. From the beginning, people have and always will recommend. When we like something, we have to tell a friend. It's the word of mouth that starts every trend. So why not get paid for what we already do? Especially when it's enabled people to bring the restrictions of time and or money to an end. Hey world, can I ask you a question? Do we understand that we still live in oppression? Has it never occurred to you that we're born free and die free, but yet our living freedom is now become a dream? Hey world, can I ask you something? The system say they do it for us, but who do you think they're bluffing? The system says, I know we've lied many times before, but I promise this time will be different. And then they feed us with more lies, but yet we still listen. Doing the same things over, but expecting different results. That's been described as insanity, and it's not meant as an insult. Doing something different evidently is needed for change. Working outside their system and into a new age. To break free from being utilized as a tool, we have to undo the conditioning that's installed in school. When we're not developed to be the best you, but instead we're taught to live our lives being told what to do. And because of this, I do understand it may be hard to grasp, but the same old versus something new, is that really a question we have to ask? Looking for a change in your future by doing what you've done in your past is like running on a treadmill. You get the sense of achievement, but in reality, you're going nowhere fast. Think of it like playing with fire or jumping off a cliff. We know it doesn't end well, so me doing that, well, that's just a myth. If it wasn't clear before, I'm sure it's clear now. Change is needed, so again, I'm going to explain how. As one individual, you'll only ever have 24 hours in a day. So with a trade for time for money, we already limit our pay. Take a look outside the box and find a different way. They leverage and feed off us. The system flocks and consumes us just like helpless prey. Of course we do have to stand and fight, but I don't mean like for like. We all know two wrongs don't make a right. This isn't about who is bigger. We don't have time for that shit. To eradicate oppression, for us to break free, we have to work in collaboration. Our strength is in unity. There's great power in people, and soon we shall all see when we, the people, start to live our dream. Build a life where you don't work for money, but money works for you, which gives us the time to focus on what we really love to do. Not being restricted by time and or money like an animal locked in a zoo. Spread your wings instead, fly high into the sky, get lost in the blue. I know we all have this great self-sense pride, but needing someone's help isn't something to hide. Even more so when it's a friend or family who deep down inside have your best interests at heart, and on your journey, they just want you to enjoy the ride. But yet still some pick the lies of the system over someone they know, because it's easier to do that than give your freedom a go. There is a system designed for us all to win, and without committing much of your time. I know time is precious, so I wouldn't waste yours just like I wouldn't waste mine. The business of the 21st century, it has that label. The ability to build our own foundation, ensuring they're strong and stable. To remove the power, we don't just have to pull the plug, we have to cut the cable. And when we all come together, we each become equally able. I'm not telling you what you have to do, yet the system does. Shouldn't that choice be up to you? So why not work together, all in one, as one large group? There's more power in our numbers than their few in a suit. They are the problem, and we are the solution. Even with that said, there will still be confusion. As mentioned before, it's about leveraging time. And I understand most are busy, so you can leverage mine. We're taught it's bad to use each other, but when it's productive, of course it's fine. If we're all in together, the journey to the top just becomes an easier climb. Just for the record and to make things clear, some will, but you don't have to make this your career. This can just be your method to regain control, to make the choices you want to rather than have to, and make your life your own. Some will call it a scam, but factually that isn't true. Just like it's not a scam when your company makes money from you. And then some will build an excuse as to why this isn't something they'll do. But with this spoken word, I've explained this is something that each and every one of us already do. Trust me when I say your freedom doesn't just have to be an illusion. Network marketing will change the world, and that is my final conclusion. So first and foremost, guys, I'd like to apologize for the few stammers in there, but this is a one-time hit recording. I like to do it in a one-hit wonder where possible. But I hope you found value. I hope you appreciated it. I hope you enjoyed the delivery of it, it being slightly different. Again, I like to try and be unique where possible. But guys, again, I hope you have honestly found value. There is a lot of value to be found in that. But again, I hope it's opened a few people's eyes as well. We need to take action. We need to do something different. Again, we all scream and understand and know that change is needed. But how many of us are implementing something to incorporate that change into not only our lives, but the lives of the people around us? Again, it should never be just about you as an individual. It should always be a people, as a collaboration, as a community. Again, we live in a society right now. Look that up compared to a civilization. There's a major difference between the two, and what we need to become or what we need to achieve is to break away from a society and to become a civilization. And not just a civilization, a thriving civilization at that. And I say that can best be achieved by us working together. It's already been shown, as I said before at the beginning, in recent events, what can be achieved. We can overachieve when we come together in very short notice. So let's do that, and let's set up not only our lives, but the future generations to come. Let's not give them the same stresses or even worse stresses, because the new generation, our generation now, facing more stresses than what our parents had to face when they were growing up. And if we don't do something soon, that pattern, that trend is only going to continue. So I'm going to stop waffling on, guys. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care. Peace.